Wednesday. So I'm here today with my next sketch for my Shimelle's Sketches ReImagined series. So the sketch for this week is super duper simple, right? It consists of just 2 photos, some paper scraps around the photos, a little embellishment, and a little title. So when I look at this layout, I see a way that we can really jazz it up. Make it something really different, right? So what I'm going to be doing today is, instead of having 2 4x6 photos, I've chosen 4 photos. So we're going to do them something like this or like this. Anyway, something like this. So the block here, our block is going to be a little bit bigger than the sketch, and it's going to consist of 4 photos. I'm going to be using Glitter Girls or Shimelle's Glitter Girl collection. I've pulled lots of embellishments, some paper scraps. I have tons more of this collection if I need more. I'm going to start with this as my background, and then I'm going to pull in colors because the photos are very, they're not a lot of color, and this pink sheep is quite large. So I used the pink sheep style to pick my products. So for me, my plan is to go ahead and to kind of collage and make this a 4-picture layout. And I'm going to have to find some journaling because a place for journaling on my layout, because there's a story I want to tell. So these photos are not, they're 2 years old, and they are not my most favorite, but they tell a really important story. Not so much, not super important, but like a kid story, right? So this is my son, my youngest son, and his favorite YouTuber, he just loves him, is this lovely character here called Pink Sheep. And also, if you watch my channel a lot, you know my youngest son's obsessed with sheep. So I was able to gift him with this shirt that has the little pink sheep logo, and he was super excited. It was awesome. And you can see he posed for pictures for me and stuff. So I definitely want to scrapbook these pictures. And I think by using these pretty fun Glitter Girl collection and using my sketch as a jumping off point, I can make a really awesome layout to go with his pink sheep shirt. So, all right. I'm going to cut the branding strip off of this, and I'm going to come back and I'll get creating. So I'm going to start my layout by matting my photos all together onto this pink paper. This is what I do when I have more than 3 photos. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. If I am using a layout that has more than 3 photos, I don't like all those moving parts. So what I am going to do is I'm going to take all of these photos, I'm going to put them onto one, almost like a collage. So I'm going to put them all on one sheet of paper and then trim around them, and that will allow me then to be able to move that one piece as though it is one large photo around on my layout. And I find that this just makes it so much easier for me to create with more than one photo. I can do 1, 2, or 3 and have them all be separate and in different parts of my layout. But once I get to 4 or more, I really need to be able to have them all matted together onto one sheet of paper and then be able to kind of move them around my layout and create from there. It's just my process. I'm not super, I don't do a lot of multi-photo layouts, I guess maybe. If I have a big event, I generally go for a pocket page instead of a layout that has a lot of photos on it. But
And that's also, I think, part of the reason why these photos have waited so long to be scrapbooked, because there are 4 of them and I want all 4 of them on the page. So this is how we're going to handle it. I'm going to take this pink paper. I'm going to put all 4 photos onto the pink paper, mat them, and then I have one block that I can use to create around with my layout. And I have that little area there of the pink, and I'm just going to use that as a place to embellish. So I'm going to go ahead and get my photos together. I think I did, yeah. I'm going to mat them a little bit tighter in, get them good and straight, and then I'm going to adhere the photos to my layout. Next, I want to use some of the scrap papers that I set aside. I want to use some of them to go ahead and create those little color blocks that are in the sketch that are on the right and then below the layout, or below the photos. I'm going to use this striped paper on the right side, and it's a little wider, and then I'm just going to use a branding strip across the bottom. That's going to be like a bright pink, and I really liked that. I also put my background paper, or I think the way that the stripes are oriented on the paper, like where the branding strip is, the stripes should go up and down, but I really liked them going horizontally better. I felt like you got more of the striped pattern in the background, and I think it turned out quite lovely. So if you're not happy with the way a striped paper is oriented, spin your paper around. 90 degrees will fix it up perfectly. Okay, so that's my branding strip. I'm going to put it down at the bottom, and then I'm going to get to work on a nice cluster and a block for journaling. Okay, so I know I want to do most of my writing on this pink tag, but I'm not a fan of that unicorn on it. It doesn't really just go. I mean, I'm not too, I don't know, I just didn't like it as part of my layout, so I'm going to end up covering it up. I also punched just a quick circle of the yellow just to pull some of that yellow into my cluster, and then I have this camera. So initially I thought the camera was going to cover up the unicorn, but that's not quite how it worked. So I'm just going to kind of get my thoughts together and get my journaling done. And after I did my journaling, I ended up needing to add a second little journaling box down at the bottom so I could get all of my stories told. And I'm going to grab one of these little puffy elements, and I'm going to use that one, that red one, and I'm going to pull some more of the red through the layout, which is going to help this. I really liked how this collection had these pops of red in them, which seems so out with the rest of the colors, but it works so well. It's yeah. And that's why Shimelle's a genius at what she does, right? Okay, so I added some stars, give them a good push down, because these are those cardstock stickers, and I wasn't 100% sure how they were going to stick. So I'm just going to play around with a little bit of embellishments. I know I want to bulk the area and add some more color over where my journaling is. And I also want to fill in that gap because my journaling kind of ended before before I ran out of space. So there's empty space down there below that journaling box. So I'm going to take one of the little washi stickers from the sticker book, and I'm going to create with that and fill in that little gap down across the bottom. And then I'm also going to grab I'm going to grab phrase stickers. The one that I want to use is the same color as the washi, and it blends in too much. So I'm using the one that I want to use, and then I'm going to back it with 2 of the other colors that I think say things that I don't, if I haven't used them by now, I probably won't, is kind of my thought process. And so I'm just going to use the color to kind of back that craft phrase sticker and get a little bit more into the color so it kind of pops off the washi. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stash dive through all of my thickers, and I'm going to create a title. My title is going to say "For the Love of Pink Sheep," and I'm going to use some of these marquee thickers that were part of the collection. I have 3 packages of those marquee thickers, and can I just say that if I find them where they can be purchased anywhere. For those of you that go to Tuesday morning a lot, my Tuesday morning's 2 hours away. I want more of these. I have 3 packages, but I'm almost out of ease. But they are my favorite color. It's not so much the font as it is just that craft with the glitter around the outside. Just so perfect. It's like, I love them. So I'm going to use them as part of my title, and they are chipboard thickers from American Crafts, which means they don't stick. So I'm not going to make you watch me do this, but before I started working on my layout again, I went through and glued all of the thickers down. And I love them when I'm willing to glue them all down, right? And I still want more because I just adore them. Okay, I want to use these sunglasses. Remember I said I was going to pull in some of that red, and these sunglasses were just too perfect. They had to be put on this page. They just fit so well. So I put them up in that top corner, and then I also added that red camera to pull in, make sure I had 3 areas that had those really cute pops of red. And I think I'm just about done. I'm going to add a button and some enamel dots and kind of sprinkle them around at some different places. But I just wanted to add, I'm looking to see what I have hanging out here, what's on my desk. Is there anything here that I think I might want to use? Things like that. Last little bits to finish this off. I'm going to go ahead and use the button, which I always, when I use the buttons that come on these little things, I pull off the pop dots. So this little embellishment pack came with these gold adhesive sequins, and I don't think I ever used one of them because generally if I'm using sequins, I'm pulling my Beagle Mom Scrap sequins out because they're just my favorites. But I had these. They were gold. They were right there, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to pop them on this page because I am trying to be more thoughtful and use the things that I have to hand when I pull a collection out. That is my goal. So instead of rifling for more sequins, I'm just going to go ahead and use these because then they're done, right? Okay. And then a couple little enamel dots, and that's going to set this layout off and complete it. Thank you so much for joining me today for Shimelle Sketchins ReImagined. I'm about to lose my voice. I have been loving hearing all of your comments, people telling me how much they enjoy this video series. I'm super excited to continue on with it. I think there's over 50 sketches, so we're going to be doing this for a good year. All right, I'll see you all again very soon. Bye.